excited to learn about this topic, why some travel creators get all the brand deals. Woo! All right, show of hands, who has never landed a brand deal before or never worked a brand deal? Amazing. Love that we have some, new travel creators. Who's worked with more than 2? Okay. And then who's done like so many they can't even count? All right. So we got a really good mix of beginner, medium, intermediate, all that good stuff in the middle. Super cool. Okay, just so that I kind of know who I'm talking to. So, I got this. So, question for you guys. Why do you think brands ghost creators? Go ahead and scan this QR code right here and vote. Now, there's gonna be a lucky random winner at the end who's gonna get a prize from REI. However, the catch is you have to attend a party tomorrow to get your prize. And the party is from Rock Porch I think most of you guys are signed up for it. But if you're not, go ahead and scan that second QR code to go ahead and make sure that you are part of our party tomorrow. It is open for everybody and available. So if you're already signed up for that one, you don't have to. But yeah, definitely scan that first one and fill that form out. Now, in the meantime, what do you think some people, yes, Mariana, why do you think brands ghost creators? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Oh, I didn't see the options. I just think that a lot of times they're just scouting at, like, they're trying to see who's going to give them a cheaper price, and they're not actually invested in a creator. So if you give them a higher number, they'll just go because they're trying to see what's out there.
Okay, all right. Thank you for participating. You get a sticker. What else?
I'd say not pitching the right way.
Not pitching the right way from Amy Piper. All right. 2 more. Cheryl, yes.
They can't see ROI potential.
Ooh, very good. And one more person. What do we think on the board? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
I'll do one that didn't say it. The content quality needs work.
Okay, super cool. All right, we will find out at the end of this presentation which one of you guys are correct. It might also be all of you guys. Okay. So, is everyone done scanning all that stuff? Okay, cool. So, let me first off introduce myself really quick. My name is Elaine Rao. I was a former full-time content creator for 7 years, and now I am on the brand side. So back in the day, I used to sell online courses, all about Instagram, all about blogging, back in the day before there was even courses and all that stuff on it. I started back in 2016. And now I work at Rock Porch, which is basically an agency and a platform that helps creators land brand deals, all the way from affiliate to paid to all the stuff in between. And we're the connection between creator and brand, okay? So it's super fun. I've been on both sides of the creator equation, as a creator myself and now as the brand hiring creators. And it's very interesting because there's definitely a gap in terms of there's a language gap of brand speak and creator speak. And so I'm hoping at the end of this we'll have like a merge of the two so you can kind of understand where brands are coming from, since the majority of you guys are creators, right? Are there any brands here? One brand. Where are you from? Solgaard. Okay. And everyone else is creators, yes? Cool. Okay. So we'll test, maybe we'll have somebody pitch you at the end. All right, yeah, if you want to connect with me on Instagram, that's my handle, if you want to just scan that. I would love to connect with you guys. I also do offer strategy calls totally for free because now I work at Rock Porch. So I jump on calls all day. I mean, a bunch of you guys are my creators that I've talked to on phone calls, on video chat, all that stuff, talking about all sorts of different strategies. All right, let's get into it. So, just really quickly, the evolution of brand deals as we've known it. I mean, obviously, if you were back in the day, it was all about follower count. That's how brands evaluated your profile. Then, we jumped up to, engagement rate, who's more engaged. Then it was more about UGC, affiliate. Now, back in 2025, what do you think what current brands are most coveting or most wanting creators to produce? Show of hands. Yes, Megan. A loyal audience, she says. Okay. Pamela in the back. Niche. Okay, well, their sticker is up here waiting for you. You're too far. Yes.
Sales of their products?
Seals with products?
Sales of their products?
Product sales. Okay, very good. This sticker is also waiting for you after the speech. Who? Anyone else? Yes.
More like serious devoted partnerships, like fewer partnerships per creator.
Longer lasting partnerships. Correct. Okay. So the answer is there. I mean, majority of you guys hit it on the head, but basically yes. ROAS, which is return on ad spend, which is basically the conversion data of why brands work with creators current days, is they want to make sure that there is an actual positive, there's money attributing to the content, right? And I mean, as we've seen, as the years have gone on, more and more brands are opening up budget because they can actually prove attribution, right? So let's talk brand speak. So if all these terms are what, from a brand campaign manager, these are the terms that they are evaluated on. These are their KPIs. So if you know a brand campaign manager's KPIs, you can help them learn how to hit it. And so let's dive into that. So ROI, I'm assuming this is pretty basic, but this is your return on investment. Let's say a brand has $50,000 of brand spend, right? That money needs to be allocated to, a creator. Let's say they give $5,000 to Megan, $50,000 to Brie, or whatever it is, right? I mean, they have to allot certain amounts to certain creators, and out of that income, they need to be able to make their money back. As a good ROI, it would be, generally speaking, more than 2x what they spent, which is why there's a hesitancy with brands working with the creators because they cannot see ROI potential. But at the end of this, you'll know exactly how to track that. Next, ROAS, which is your return on ad spend. Generally speaking, and what we've seen actually in 2026 is that the brands are putting a lot of ad spend behind organic content that's producing really, really well off the bat. And that is how they're able to push more ads in a more effective way because of our ROAS, okay? CPA, cost per acquisition. This is the cost for a brand to acquire a customer through your specific content. Now, in order for you to track how well your specific content is doing, the best way to do it is ask the brand for a promo code, because if you have a promo code, then that is directly attributed to your content. There's no other way that they could have found, their brand. I mean, yes, but that's attributed directly to you, and so this is super important. Every single brand deal, I would recommend you ask the brand for a promo code. AOV, average order value. This is how much your audience spends at their store. And you can actually track this by requesting affiliate links. So if you have a brand deal in addition to affiliate links, that's how you're able to merge the two together to say okay, out of all this traffic that I've sent you, this is how much has converted. And you can see according to each store, actually on Rock Porch, we track this for you. According to each store that you refer, you can actually get an average order value from each store. LTV, customer lifetime value. So not only are brands wanting you to bring customers through their door, they also need to know what the customer lifetime value is, meaning how much your audience purchases from them, not only month over month, but year over year. And once again, we track this in Rock Porch for you. Finally, conversion rate, the percentage of your audience that clicks and purchases from the brand, okay? At the very end, I will have a screen for you to literally download all these slides. So don't worry about writing furiously, just look at it, enjoy. Okay, so now there are two very, very distinct types of brands that are at this conference right now and in general in the travel industry. And you have to pitch them really, really differently because they are, in essence, really different businesses, right? So first we have our DMOs, our tourism boards. Their main thing is about, they want awareness, they want inspiration, they are very top of funnel content. We're gonna dive into what this funnel means in a second. But the metrics that they generally speaking measure are reach, impressions, sentiment, right? This is a little bit more traditional, more back in the day where they're just the more followers you have, the more reach you have, so to speak, right? But generally speaking, the proof is that this is your total reach. Now, to pitch a travel brand that sells an actual product, this is when your ROAS, CPA, AOV, LTV, that's when this really, really matters a lot more, right? Because they have a product to sell. Granted, the product that the tourism boards are selling might be like a booking link or, depending on what, type of tourism it is. So all that to say, you can still track with an affiliate link on tourism boards as well, but it'll just be a different type, right? It'll be like to booking.com or maybe directly to, their excursions or so on and so forth, right? And with travel brands, you can really, in terms of the budget, generally speaking, they do performance / a flat fee hybrid versus, with DMOs, it's a little bit, harder, once again, harder to track. So yes, knowing your partner type is really, really important for the pitch. So we have vanity metrics versus value metrics. Now, vanity metrics are not necessarily worse or not valuable than vanity metrics. But back in the day, it was all about followers, high impressions, views. Now, to land a brand deal, if you want to get paid up front, and if you have no prior, other campaigns or whatever it is, this is the way to land like a brand like REI, Cotopaxi, brands that sell product. So obviously, if you have both, you're gonna land more brand deals, okay? Now, what if you're like, all right, Elaine, I've tried the affiliate thing, it hasn't worked out for me, so I don't know why I'm listening to this. The reason why your affiliate is not working is because of this. You might not create all the different types of funnel content that there are out there. First, we have top of funnel content. This is the very inspirational, shareable, awareness-driven type of content, and that's the majority of travel creators. Travel creators create, this is showcasing the lifestyle, showcasing a beautiful hotel, That is top of funnel. It's not necessarily like, you're sharing it with a friend, but are you booking that? Not quite yet, right? Now, we have middle of funnel. This is generally reviews, gear in use, maybe hotels in use, maybe the specific excursion details, so on and so forth, right? And this is basically where you have a little bit more like voiceover content. You're talking a little bit more, you're educating the middle part, right? Bottom of funnel. This is direct, action-oriented, more sale-focused, and let's look at a couple content creators that actually do this really, really well. These are all some of our Rock Porch creators in the wild. If you go ahead and scan this girl, Seeking the Now, she is one of our creators that actually is a rare case of a travel creator that creates really great top, middle, and bottom of funnel content. However, what she does, if you check out her Instagram is all about top of funnel content. You're gonna see beautiful carousels, beautiful landscapes, her in luxurious places, all that good stuff. Are you gonna see voiceovers? Are you gonna see even video? Rarely. Now, where she converts like crazy is her blog. So her blog is all about reviews, gear reviews, the products that you bring to these luxurious places, right? So she's capitalized on the different top, middle, and bottom funnel content and has been able to use her different channels to make this work, right? So it's not necessarily, so sometimes like if you're like, okay, my Instagram is totally top of funnel, sure, let's keep it top of funnel, but let's make sure to have another bottom of the funnel so that you can complete the funnel and you're not stuck at top of funnel content only, okay? Next, middle consideration content. She.roams.wild, Alexandria. She is amazing at talking about the basically educational reviews, but in use. Now, something that she does very interesting and unique is that she will always direct people to her affiliate link casually, okay? And I definitely recommend, like let's just say you're an overlander and you're showcasing your rig, and this is what she does. She showcases her like van life, her lifestyle, etc. And then she casually mentions, she's like, oh yeah, this is the fridge that I've been using, and then she talks about the specs, blah, blah. She's like, if you want to check it out, it's in my link in bio, and then she moves on. That's amazing middle of funnel content because she's educating and she's redirecting, so she's getting both, and she converts like crazy. And you see the bottom of funnel, Ilaria Reed. She had this whole series about how to, the Sun Hoodie battle, right? I mean, she's making a super salesy and product-focused series all about, a product, right? and just making it super fun, super engaging, and it also converted like crazy. So definitely recommend these types of formats. All right, so what are the gaps that you can fill as a creator and to show your value to brands? Number one is, well, talking about number three, actually, full funnel. If you are able to create full funnel content, regardless if it's all on one channel or on individual channels, you are super valuable, right? In terms of if they need, and now, sorry, I don't want you to think if you don't do all of these, then the value, whatever. But if you can complete the full funnel, then you can literally be like, I can do every single part of the chain for you. You don't have to hire anybody else. You got me, right? Niche trust gap. This is why a lot of brands hire creators, is because they have an audience that they've built year over year over year, and they have the trust of that audience, right? And this is particularly interesting for brands who are very geo-focused, right? Let's say that they're a Chicago bar and they really need, specific Chicago land people to go, and you have that audience. That's when they would tap into you, and that's what you can say, oh, this is the niche that I can fill, is that my audience is all from Chicago, right? Attribution gap and data gap, this is similar, right? If you can prove that, with your promo codes, with your affiliate links, with your tracking, even if it's just traffic, even if it's just this is how many people have signed up for a specific thing, that's one step up above all the other creators that are pitching just awareness. So now, what if you're I've done the affiliate thing, I've pitched in this way, and I still have not gotten the brand deals? It might not be you, it might be the brand's budget or timing, right? Oftentimes, brand budget or their fiscal years do not run January to December. They run sometimes in the middle. Oftentimes, the DMOs, they start their budget in June or July, and then they allot all their money within a couple months, and then they're done for the year. So you have to catch them at a very specific time in order to land that deal. Sometimes, wrong pitch fit. Oftentimes, brands are evaluating your profile based off what you already promote and what you already post about organically to see if they align with you in terms of your just content in general, right? If you post about sustainability, they're a sustainability company, it's a great fit, Or it might not also just be a good fit right now. No doesn't mean never. New quarter, new goals. Also, a lot of people in this industry are always changing out. So even if you weren't able to get one brand manager, generally speaking, maybe try again in 6 months. And of course, if you want to stay, ideally you want to stay connected, right? Staying connected to the people who are able to, offer these brand deals. This is a lot of agency owners, agency people who not just work with one brand, they work with multiple, like Rockporch, right? We work with multiple brands at multiple times. We're always filling campaigns, working with different people in the travel and the outdoor industry, and there's very niche type of agency too. So for example, I was on the phone call with a friend, with a creator. She's my friend now. But I was on a phone call with a creator, and she was talking about how she missed the 360 camera deal that we had going on, and she really needed one. And so she was like, oh, I just wish that I had gotten on there. And I just so happened to have a 360 camera literally lying right beside me because it had been shipped back to me. And I was like, girl, I literally have one, I'll ship it to you right now. And so staying connected to the brand managers that can offer you the deals, keeping that relationship good is really effective as well. So who in this room needs a 360 camera for their content? Who in this room would really, really benefit from a 360 camera? I need you to give me a pitch right now. Okay, in the pink in the middle.
All right, I have a whitewater rafting trip coming up at the end of July. Me and a bunch of my friends, 4 days in Idaho, and I would love to sell that adventure as an adventure and possibly all the equipment that we're using out there.
All right, good job. Here you go. 360 camera. All right. So the pitch. So what do you want to do weekly in order to land the pitch, right? So Granted, this is more so for people who do not have current inbound. I know a lot of you guys are super advanced creators and you guys have a lot of inbound coming in already. But for those that do not have inbound, I would recommend you reaching out to 10 brands a week. This gives you the data to be able to know like what brands are landing with you, right? Like, I mean, you might like want to target a certain type of brand, but honestly, sometimes what you think brands will want and what actually returns back to you, sometimes it's a little bit different, right? So, but you don't know until you have this data to figure it out. Next, I would definitely try to track all the emails. If you don't already have most creators don't have a CRM, or like email tracking. So this is free, actually mailtrack.io. You can at least, at the minimum, see if they have opened up your email. If they have opened up your email, then you know that they're ignoring you. If they haven't, then you can send a follow-up, right? This at least gives you the data to be able to know what to do next, so you're not just in the dark trying to figure out is it landing, is it not, whatever, right? Next, this is a little controversial, I don't know why. Some people are like, don't attach your media kit, other people are like, do. Honestly, I would just say, just attach it. Like, the brand managers, they want to read your stuff, they want to like literally know exactly what you're all about, and then there's a lot to go through, right? So if you're having them, you're like, oh, I'll attach my media kit later, just attach it, okay? And then finally, your media kit is your resume. You could update it regularly, or you could use Beacon's AI or some other type of media kit automator that literally will just automatically update everything for you so that you do not have to go in. You just send them a link and it's done, and all your rates are on there, all your content examples are on there, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so here are a couple word for word templates that will literally get you replies. Once you have built your data and once you have built a little bit more information, I would go, like for example, if you're cold outreaching, right? Let me know how this sounds, right? Hey, actually, hey, what's your name in the back with the brand? Solgar. And what's your name? Adrian. Hey, Adrian. Who wants to be the example? Me. Okay, I'm Dalton. Travel creator with, what's your stats? I guess, well, this is an example. I have 10% affiliate CVR, blah, blah, blah. In the last 90 days, I generated $4,000 in track revenue for a similar brand. Okay, I'd love to explore a paid collab with you. How does that sound to you, SoulGuard? Pretty good, yeah. Okay. Would this be more enticing than somebody who says, I have a following of XYZ and engagement, Okay, I'm assuming that's probably the majority of the emails that you get only include this type of information?
We get a lot of messages that are like, hey, we'd love to collab.
Okay.
What do you have?
Okay, so point in case, right? Thank you, Adrian, for being the brand, to represent all the brands here. So yes. Second, data first, paid upgrade. So similar thinking, right? I've driven however many sales, blah, blah, blah. I like to propose a paid partnership. So once again, you're going in with a value, a dollar amount or a percentage amount or some type of, once again, if you do not have this information, create it in terms of like just start using your affiliate. Everyone starts from zero, right? Like even if you have a conversion rate of 0.02, that's still, you still sold one thing. You're still, you know what I mean? Like that is not nothing, right? Next, re-engaging the ghosts. So let's say they've said no in the past. Now that you have your affiliate and your information, you can go in and re-pitch them, right? You're like, thought this data might change the conversation. Would that change your mind, Adrian?
Yeah, and even if you have no proven data on an affiliate and saying, I don't have affiliate proven revenue, but I'd love to explore how.
Okay, great point. So yeah, he was saying that basically, yeah, even if you do not have this information, saying that you want to engage in an affiliate relationship already proves that you want to have that long-term lasting relationship with them. Now, obviously pitching DMO boards a little bit differently, specializing in, percentage, your save rate, right? Instead of, sale rate is also good. Okay. Now, what do you do after the pitch? This is actually what we do as an agency owners, is we go and we get on calls with these brands. So you guys are creators, you guys are the brand. So getting on the call with the brand is literally the same thing that we do to pitch our agency fees, right? So long-term partnership setup, this is everything is, I mean, when you have this in-person, connection, right? You're automatically going to trust them more. You're automatically going to realize, what kind of problems they have. You can ask them more upfront questions faster instead of, back and forth emailing all day long, right? So the point of getting them on the call is for you to ask them questions. What is their fiscal year? What is their ideal budget? What are they looking for? How can you fill a gap? Do they have product stuff coming up? Do they have a new product launch coming up? Like, what specifically do they need, and how can you fill that void? Or if you don't have that person, maybe your friend who is a creator also has a connect, and then you can link yourselves up and then maybe create content together, right? So it's all about bridging that gap and being a resource for the brand so that they don't have to do as much work. And of course, you're talking about similar brands, blah, 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 showcasing your vision. Let's just say you had an idea. You can get in real-time feedback of like if they love it or if they're like maybe let's tweak it a little bit, right? Instead of, once again, if you send an email and you're like, this is my idea, and they're like, no, right? On a call, it's a conversation. So your case study format, when you're pitching, you say the brand, what the goal is, what deliverables you can offer to make the specific type of results that you have done for another brand. And then after the call, it's the fun part, or the scary part, depends on who you are. The negotiation, right? But once again, if you have them on a call, or if you've, even if it's over email, this is not necessarily, not all brands will jump on calls with you. So you might have to do it via email. But if you know what to ask via email, it's at least better than, not asking the questions, right? So knowing what's important to them is are revisions important to them? Are they more specific about their brand type? If they are, then this might be something that you can charge a little bit extra for, right? And of course, once again, the worst thing they can say no, but no is not forever, right? Wait 6 months, pitch again, and actually, Adrian, so if a creator were to pitch you 6 months later a brand new idea, same creator, how would you respond? Okay. Okay, amazing. Yeah. So he's saying, there's already that trust built from, you pitching initially, because you already know the brand. The brand already knows that you're interested in the brand, and you're already forming that relationship even if they say no initially, right? All right, negotiation tips and tricks. So as we mentioned, basically, the initial thing is always an outreach email. You want to attach your media kit. If you want to, you can give 3 flexible ideas just so that they know that you're serious and, kind of have an idea of how you envision, especially if your content might not necessarily completely link up, or maybe they don't see let's just say you're a snowboarder and they do ski, but you haven't posted about your skis yet. So it's something like that where you can fill the gap there. Next, when you're on the call, ask them questions, and honestly, that's also where you can learn about budget, right? Seeing how they respond to you setting a budget limit, or a budget, then throwing out some numbers out there, you can kind of gauge a little bit more than, once again, just flat rates. Send a proposal, several options, and then when the contract arrives, you can just send it back, with your red lines, and then lock it in. So, couple other negotiation strategies. Once again, I would have mentioned the price anchor setting. Let's just say you're what? So I was kind of thinking, 10 grand for, 2 deliverables, blah, 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 whatever it is. And then if they're well, we were kind of thinking more 7, at least you've thrown a number out there, and then they've kind of responded back, right? And so then you can start talking, what makes sense for both of you guys. Test it rate. So you guys are a brand too. Just like brands have 20% off, their offers, you can also have 20% off. As a first-time customer, as a first-time brand customer, Adrian, you get 20% off, right? How does that sound, right? So you treat yourself like a brand to brands, because that's brand speak, right? And then never showcase your, know your own baseline. Let's say if $5,000 is your baseline to create content, because you have to travel there, you have to, pack your gear. There are expenses with these things, right? It's not cheap to create content. And so know your own baseline and know how to evaluate that into your pitch as well. And so the brand also knows that, oh, it's not just like in their backyard. They have to prepare for this. They have to do a storyboard line. Like, it's a lot of work to be a creator. And so because you're doing all the hats, you are the whole funnel, And so prove it to them, but you have to break down why you are the full funnel and how you do that. Okay? And of course, leverage mindset, the long game. You do not have to work with everybody. If budgets don't align, and timelines don't align, it's okay. There are, other brands, there are other, just like there's other creators, there's other brands, it's like dating. You have to figure out who's the best fit, and then it just kind of takes a lot of energy, right? Now, there's also power in silence. And so sometimes, once again, if you're tracking with MailTrack.io or some type of tracker, you can know that maybe they forwarded your email so many times to other brand managers, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're really interested. So then you have a little bit more leverage. Close your ears on this one, Adrian, so Don't forward the emails too much, And obviously, the more pitches you have, the more leverage you have, because then you're not so hungry for just one, right? If the more opportunities are out there, then you're able to be okay with saying no, even if you are a full-time creator and hungry for that brand deal. And then, of course, your rate sheet should always say something as starting at. And treat everyone with respect. The industry is so small. I mean, the amount of creators I know in this group is so insane. I love seeing all your faces. But the industry is so small, and there's always people changing positions too. I was in the brand room, and a brand who worked for another brand now works for another brand. You know what I mean? They also jump around too. So if you have maintained good relationships, let's just say they end up going to work for your dream brand, boom, you got it in, right? So definitely spend time in the brand room tomorrow and get to know all those people. But at the end of the day, brands need to make money from your content. That's why they're hiring you. It's not just a gift. It's not just, there has to be a value exchange, and they have to see that value, right? So 5 things that you can do this week to showcase that value is, number 1, audit your affiliate data now. Whatever you have, go on, even if you have 2 cents in your impact account, or 2 clicks on, whatever it is, start auditing all that information and start collecting all that for your media kit. Define your hyper niche in 1 sentence. If you have something travel, right? Travel is very, very broad. So what specifically can you showcase that is specific to you? I just met, what was your name again? Peggy. So Peggy is a super luxurious content creator that posts about high-end everything, okay? So bougie girl over here, we love it. But that is her niche, right? She only posts bougie, and that's great. Sorry, I just met you. But so basically stay within your niche, because that is also when brands see that, they're like, yes, that's us. We want to work with her. Let's go, Peggy, right? Next. Rebuild your media kit around data, not just aesthetics. Once again, at the end of the day, this is a business. You're a business speaking to a business, so let's talk metrics, right? And then finally, if you want to join Rockporch, you can start tracking your affiliate income and all that stuff, and we can jump on a strategy call. Totally free, always free, forever for the creators, and we can talk. All right, and then what I would recommend is, once you have your media kit and once you have all these things, I would put it into a new pitch and start using that as your new brand pitch. So to answer the question about why you think brands ghost creators, the answer is, drumroll please, all of them, potentially. So everyone's a winner, because brand to brand, honestly, it just really varies. So I'm sorry, there's no correct answer. It's all of them. So So final thing, as I said, if you want to join Rockporch, go ahead and scan the code. For all the slides also, go ahead and scan that, and it'll be all delivered directly to your inbox. And of course, my little quote, your data is your deal closer, so start tracking today. And that's my little QR code to my IG. So thank you. Do I have time? Oh. Do I have time for questions? I don't know what time it is. Oh, thanks, Pamela. Let's see what time it is.
4:20.
4:20. What is my end time? 4:30. Okay, amazing. Okay, it's like I planned this or something. So, any questions? Oh, also, who were these stickers to? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, any questions? Yes. Oh. Wait.
I feel like sometimes when I share affiliate conversion data, sometimes when it's a brand that people have never heard about, I feel like it would not convert the same way. So I don't know how I can say very confidently that this is definitely going to be what you're going to make.
Okay, yes. So you don't necessarily have to say, you don't have to give a guarantee on what that brand is going to make. Always say, this is what I did for another similar company, but that's just your case study, right? It's not necessarily there's never any guarantee, right? Every campaign is going to operate differently. But yeah, that's good. But your conversion data is good. She's a rock porcher. Brands, Adrienne, she's good. Who else? Any other questions? Yes.
Any other tips if you have never worked with a brand?
Okay, so the question is, if you've never worked with a brand, what tips do you have? Okay, so if you've never worked with a brand, are you brand new on IG as well? Like, do you have following? Do you have content out there to show? Okay, so you have a page, you have content. So you don't, and you haven't not, and you want to land a brand deal.
Yes.
Okay, so what I would, and do you have a media kit?
Not all the way complete.
Okay, so so what is trending also right now is UGC content, right? So UGC content is user-generated content. This is the content, going back to that first slide, right? Which is where you can create content for brands to run on their ads. You don't even have to post it on your own channels. You can literally give them an asset and they'll run their own ads to it. So, and then you can use that information after their ad is over to then pitch another brand. Does that make sense?
Do you follow up and ask them what the ROI is? Or how
Yes. So I definitely would recommend, when brands use your content for UGC, always try to stay in communication with them to see like what is their ROAS, how well are you converting for them, and then put that into your media kit. Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can ask it in a way, I want to make more content for you. Tell me which is the best performing of my content. And that way the brand will be more willing to share info because they think it's going back to them, but it's actually for you to learn your own stuff too.
Yes.
That would make me as a brand more likely to offer more info.
Yeah. Exactly. Talk to Adrienne afterwards. Yes.
Hi, Elaine. So this isn't, we got a mix of people in the room. Some of us is our first travel con.
Okay.
So a lot of the people that are like, we're the new kids in school.
Yep.
We don't know all these people that know each other. So I think like the best way to like kind of answer that question, because I feel the very same way. I worked with a brand back in the pandemic, but all of this stuff that you're talking about, I had no knowledge of. Fast forward, a brand very similar reached out to me on LinkedIn. So now, since I worked with them through the pandemic, what kind of call is that? What kind of email would that be to try to get those numbers from that last person?
I wouldn't necessarily, 2020 content versus 2025 content, we want fresh content. So I would probably, I would maintain that relationship, but that data is a little bit too old to retrieve, in my opinion.
Okay, so let me be specific. I'm sorry, I was trying to be general. Let me be specific. So I work with fitness brands.
Okay.
When I travel, I'm always doing something or using some type of fitness product or wearing some type of fitness gear. So when I pitched to Aloe, I didn't pitch to Aloe with my fitness background. I pitched to Aloe as a travel creator that wears your clothes to do what I want to do. So back then, I got a promo code, used that promo code with all my people, and got all of that product.
Okay,
So
yes.
there's numbers there. So I understand your 2020 point, but there's still numbers there and I still have that relationship.
Okay.
So I could follow up, but what kind of call would that be?
Oh, okay. I mean, going back to the pitches, right? You could literally just go, where was that? Here, right? You could say back in the day, I did this. This is, I drove 15 sales with my promo code XYZ. I would love to work with you again. This is my new idea, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, short, simple, sweet, numbers, done. Oh, sorry, yes.
When pitching a DMO or tourism board, it seems like they, from the conversations I've had, that they look at views all the same, but like the top of funnel views versus middle of funnel research views are so different. Is there a way to, like, I've got case studies that breaks down like my long form views versus short form, because short form views are so easy, but it doesn't get people booking. But the middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel is amazing, but it seems like they don't, it seems like all the views are being bundled into one instead of, so I'm trying to like separate those to show like, hey, this is the impact that it's having, but there's no easy way to track how many people are actually like booking trips, or I don't know if that makes sense, but is there a way to quantify that, or have you seen any like separating that top funnel to middle funnel to bottom of funnel? In terms of views or in terms of links? Rates, like, I wouldn't necessarily, I would showcase your top, middle, bottom funnel, but the engagement in general, it might be a little bit too complicated to separate it out into all three. This is just for you to like know that like if you can complete the funnel, then that's great. I think something else that is interesting too is, as much as we think that that brands know everything, brands need a lot of education as well. Sorry, Adrian. But like there are so many brands that actually don't even know what affiliate is. And so you have to like train them on like, the different types. So you might have to work with certain brands that maybe like recognize that value, versus some brands just want UGC creators to push ads to. The affiliate's so easy to track and show like hard numbers, but with tourism boards, it seems like it's like I'm trying to like with my case studies really show the value, so it's like a no-brainer. Where like with normal affiliate stuff, I can show like, hey, I've driven this much in sales, and it just seems like it's so diluted and it's hard to. Anyways, I was just wondering if. Yeah, there's no easy solution to that. We haven't figured it out, unless Dalton has. Dalton knows the answer.
If you're trying to show numbers, I touched on this a little bit in my talk, but if you're trying to show numbers for DMOs and tourism boards, like the things I would do are initial upsells in the beginning on the front end. So when you negotiate your deal, add an additional package for like a digital product or a guide or things like that, and then put tracking links inside your guide and your digital product, so you can track that all the way through to somebody request. Because I work a lot with tourism boards, so like let's say you do an Indeed post for them. Sorry, I'm hijacking.
No. Dalton has 800,000 followers. You should listen.
But if you do like an in-feed post, let's say you agree to an in-feed post on Instagram for a DMO client, and then you have a DM automation attached to that, so you've upsold the client on a digital product guide. Let's just do Visit Salt Lake City or whatever. And now, whenever someone comments and says, "Oh, I want your guide to Salt Lake City," so then you have that conversion, which you can track through mini chat or whatever your DM automation is. Then you can track how many people click the link, open the DM, open the link. You can do deep tracking links and all that stuff. And then once they go to your guide, you can have additional booking links to like get your guide or things like that. I mean, you can run it all the way through to where. So you're building your case studies from that for the future pitches. Yeah, you can have tons of data from that. Yeah. So that's how I would build that out. Thank you.
Another one.
Thank you.
Total minutes viewed. If you're doing long form content, hey, I drove 100 hours of views around this place compared to a 7-second video that's higher view.
Yeah, thank you guys. Well, let me take a photo with you guys before you guys leave. And I also have a sticker for everyone, participation award. So stick around for your sticker, please. Okay, one sec. I need to get a photo with this side, and then I'll get a photo with this side. Okay. Everyone say it like this. Wait, everyone be like, raise their hand. Yeah. Oh, wait, sorry. One more. Okay, cool. Okay, this side of the room. Sorry, this is my former content creator coming out. He, 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 he. Okay. And then one more. Yay! Okay, cool beans. All right, let's pass these out over here. Okay.
I already got one.
Oh, okay. Just pass these. Here, just you can pass it down the row. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you.